Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is Monster Rancher 4. This is also a slightly more positive Pyro than the last time we did a Monster Rancher 4 stream. There are reasons for that. I will chat about that as we get going. Hello everyone in the chat. I'm going to just kind of jump into this. Actually, no, before I do that, I want to give a quick shout out to that guy John in the chat. Just saw prior to the stream that he has graduated high school. Congratulations. Things get different. In some ways, after you become an adult and graduate high school and everything, things get easier, and in other ways it gets harder. So I would say it gets different overall. But you will handle it well, and I'm just good job getting through that goddamn nightmare that is high school. Anyway, we're going to get started right away. Otherwise, so at the end of the last episode, I needed to reevaluate everyone. Cupcake is good enough to go back into the volcano. Last time we got a magic metal from the volcano, but it's going to be a while before Swift comes back around and we can take advantage of it. So I figured we should probably do more volcano runs while we've got people who can actually run in the volcano, hopefully get more medals, and so on and so forth. Although that also kills a lot of time and we don't get much accomplished. But so it goes. Penelope's alright. She needs life and speed. Yinping needs intelligence. She's our defense pixie who is shockingly actually working, but she also can't hit very hard. Sylvian is pretty young. Has a decent intelligence, though. Needs life. Posh Spice is our most rookie. Needs... Yes, we named it. Jaren Jeffcoat gave that name, the Akamura. Her name is Posh Spice. She needs speed. So we've got... Everyone needs everything. God damn it. Alright, well, whatever. I guess the first thing I need to do is make sure I don't have a tournament this week. I don't. Let's go straight into the volcano. Flip it. So Penelope, you get a week off. Yeah, let's rest the ladies who are going to be heading into the... Because, like, the problem with this, I've come to realize with Monster Rancher 4, is that you get into this position where you need to burn your monster's lifespans out by being in expeditions. So it's like current generation will get tired and exhausted for the next generation, and there's probably some greater meaning in that, and I don't care enough to think about it too hard. Anyway, the point is, let's see, you need magic book. Or not. There you go. There we go. So yeah, that's where we're at this point. Basically, this generation is going to have to exhaust itself and destroy its own lifespan. But we're gathering resources so the next generation does much, much better. And so it goes, I guess. It just means it's going to be weird. Alright, so, to everyone in the chat, this is Plan C, because this is streaming Sundays rather than just a normal day. The Akamura was unable to, well... She's been down all day, as in unconscious, as in she's been tired. I don't know why I just didn't say she was tired. She's too tired. So I didn't think we could get Sam and Max ready. That was the original plan. And so I'm like, well, if the Akamura can't go, I may as well bump up Sonic Forces and do that. And then it turned out I don't have Sonic Forces installed. So I started downloading that, and it said it'll take an hour to download Sonic Forces, and we had like 20 minutes before the show. So I'm like, well, shit. But the nice thing about Monster Rancher 4, and now that this is an ongoing series, is we can always fall back to Monster Rancher 4 from now on, which is nice. It always works. We can, quickly throw it. I can quickly throw it together, get the assets ready, and so on. And here we are, even with less than 15 minutes of prep time. We were able to get Monster Rancher 4 active, so here we are. And this is great, because this means that, again, anytime in the future that something like this happens again, we are more than prepared. So here we are. There's a cat in the living room staring at me. Everything is fine. Okay, and this also gives us a chance to chat. So as I was saying, yeah, last episode I wasn't in a good place. I'm still not really in a great place because the whole thing with, you know, depression, especially the reason it hits me, that doesn't change. Like, I'm in a good mood, so I can sort of really get it down to brass tacks. I hate the fact that my YouTube channel, what you're watching right now, cannot pay for everything. And that's just my own pride and my own jealousy and my own envy to the people like Markiplier, Game Grumps, Gray Still Plays, and the others who have managed to make a career of this, whereas I have been going longer than they have and cannot. And it is extremely frustrating, and there are times when that boils over and I can't think or function. However, I am in, like I said, a much better place today. And while those frustrations are still there, one of the things that has changed is that I actually got a bunch of work done because I am addicted to the job. And so when I actually get work done for the channel, in this case it was Fire Emblem, then I start to feel better. And so I'm feeling a little better today. I also have coffee, and that will help too. So... Poor Akamura. Yeah, she's okay. She's actually here now. Like, right as we started, she came out of the bedroom. Yeah, she looks like she just woke up on the wrong side of the alley outside the bar, which is bad since she's 100% sober. So, she's a mess. And I tend to be a little particular in the streams. I like doing stream prep a half hour ahead of time. And so that's usually when I make my decisions. And so the Akamura wasn't out here at 2:30. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm solo. Time to start doing emergency plans. You know, so even though she popped out right at 3, I'm not going to suddenly switch everything over to Sam and Max and be like, oh, we'll force it. We'll make it happen. You know, I am way too professional for that shit right now. And the Akamura would cry. And no one wants a Satamura. So... but she's setting up now to get in the chat, at least. So we will be, if not hearing from her, y'all will be reading from her very soon. So, let's see. Catching up on the chat. I feel this is a meme. There's a meme that needs to be made for this for the permanent Plan C. Yeah. So, in my Discord, I don't have a meme dump room, but I have recently... This is not a plan. I'm just spitballing, so no one freak out. I have thought about making a meme dump room, but only specifically for pyro memes. And I know that sounds real egotistical, and it kinda is, but, like, I don't want general memes everywhere in my Discord, but if we have, like, a repository of memes that apply to the channel, then that kind of makes sense, because then it's fan-created, right? That sounds sort of like a nice compromise, I think, but I haven't chatted with the mods yet and gotten their opinions. So we will, you know, that's for future Pyro to deal with. When in doubt, Monster Rancher is a fabulous callback. I think so. I think having an ongoing series that we can fall back on and that I'm good at is always a good option. And Monster Rancher 4 is one that will never really be over. I mean, we finished the storyline. That's all we need to worry about, and no one cares about the storyline really at this point. So, you know, yeah, I do believe it's a good option. Is there ever a treasure in the first room? I can't remember if there's ever a treasure in the first room. It could just be like Palace of the Dead rules with certain I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're doing all right. Everything's fine. We're gonna do the thing here. We have to learn how to make memes. There are some decent meme maker websites out there. Like, it's like you just pick an image and then you pick what you want to say and then you pick a font and then you just shove that shit in there. Yeah, exactly, John. Stick with channel memes, otherwise you get people like me spamming memes. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. Not literally, like, I'm, you know, but, like, Because if we had a meme dump room, it would just be going way too fast, and there would just be a lot of random nonsense. And people like me, old men like me, for children of the internet who have been around a while, I actually don't like memes. Just in general. Like, some are funny, but, you know, in general, I don't like memes. But the Pyro ones, those are made out of love. So I'm like, you know what? Because, like, Heckhound was a meme. He deserved to be one. Buff Pyro is a meme, I suppose. I guess Buff Pyro is a meme, isn't it? Because it's not a catchphrase. I don't use it very often. So, huh. And having a repository where all that stuff is kept, especially if the channel gets bigger and bigger and we need to, you know, expand it, then so it goes. Anyway, I learned to never let a Zan do a battle without commands, and all attacking moves max guts and a 99% chance to hit, and he stood there and lost. Yeah, I have noticed that when monsters are set to do their own thing, they tend to be very unaggressive. That's why I never use it. I respect the people who have done entire tournaments where that's the rule. That, like, you never are allowed to, what does High Technic do? If I remember right, it was pretty useful. Let's get rid of Hyper Beam. I don't know if Starlight counts as a beam, but it's okay. Let's because Force Shield. Wait a minute, that's a new move. Hold on a minute. Force Shield. Oh, that's move 12. All range adds a barrier. What the hell? Okay. And then High Technique makes it easier to increase the accuracy stat. Okay, yeah, we need that. High, yes, to all of that. Just a big old hunk of yes. Here, touch the. Thank you. But yeah, yeah, I think a Pyro meme dump room would. Ooh, cash money. So, this is where we're at. This is just a freewheeling stream. It's a bit of a mess. There will not be an after party today. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be available. Like, I'll be on Discord and such. I haven't told the Agamura this. I'm actually in a lot of pain right now. I don't know what I did to my shoulders, but it feels like it feels like I'm back in Walmart and I've been carrying bicycles all day, and I don't know why. This only started about 36 hours ago. No, it's at the front. Like, it's my upper pec, and I don't know what I did. Yeah, it's like upper pec. It's like here. Yeah, like upper pec to front shoulder. It's weird. It may have been how I slept, yeah. But I don't know also why I didn't kick in until yesterday evening. But it got so bad I couldn't sleep last night. Like, I had to take some pills before I slept because my shoulders have been hurting so bad. Like, I feel fine. You know, no one has to worry. But, like, it's so weird. Yeah, that felt really good. It's so weird. So, I have the energy to stream. I just kind of don't want to today. Please forgive me for that. I actually feel guilty about being in a position where I can but don't want to. What, the Akamura? I couldn't hear that. Yeah, it could just be a simple... Oh, you need an anvil? Yeah. Yeah, it could be 1,000 things. The weather's all weird. The bed is not the greatest. Like, what? You know, I could just be old. I mean, who the hell knows? Drink more water. That's actually not a bad idea because, so the last week I was drinking a lot of water and coffee just because I didn't have soda. And now I have soda again. I've been drinking a lot of that, and it's hot. It's hot and humid. And I haven't been eating as much. And before anyone worries about that, it's just been so hot and humid, I haven't felt like eating. Like, it's just... And I don't do much. It's not that I've been hungry and refused to eat, it's just that I haven't been hungry. So, all told, my body's just doing some weird shit. And, I have a feeling that, like, when I was drinking water, I was staying hydrated better, and so everything kind of worked a bit better. And now I'm drinking less water, and things are starting to tighten up and such. So, it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. I just don't feel like streaming after the stream. That sounds weird, but you all know me by now. So, yeah, I'll probably be playing Final Fantasy with Soul, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Anyway, point is, everything's fine, and I'm fine, and everything is fine. Pyro, I have some unfortunate news. Gray hairs have been appearing in my beard. Ah, Mark, you have my sympathy. I know, I'm not liking my grays either. When I shave, the grays are a lot less noticeable, so I look much younger now. Because, like, I'm starting to look like I'm in my 30s, even though I'm pushing 40, and I don't like it, so... Thought about getting beard dye for my beard. My hair is still black. My hair is still very black. And the Akamura still thinks I look like I'm in my low 20s. And if that's true, Mazel Tov. Ugh. His move was called Hell, and I had an 8% chance to hit. Alright. Ugh. That's all news for me. I accept the grade. Man, I am gonna fight that shit as hard as I possibly can. Like, ironically, when I was younger, I was very much I'm never going to bother dyeing my hair, kind of, you know, I accept what comes. And now that I'm there and I'm starting to finally look almost 30, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to fight this tooth and nail. Hey, Rainwolf, thank you for the donation. Missed you, good sir. Hope the shoulder gets better. Glad to see the new Fire Emblem series. Need to find time for YouTube again. Okay. You know, so this is another nice thing about these Monster Rancher episodes we're doing. I get to talk about what's going on in the channel more. Because, okay, God, I'm doing a double diversion. One of the secrets of my style now is I'm trying to keep my commentary more focused on the game I'm playing and not stray off into personal stuff. It's not because I think it's going to help the algorithm so much. It's because when I listen back to the episodes, if I talk a lot about what's going on in my life, sometimes they get a little dated and it just doesn't work, especially if I spend a whole episode doing that. I think the reason Evil Genius 2 did so well was I stuck almost entirely to the game for almost entirely the whole series. However, when it comes to Monster Rancher streams, fuck it. And they're also streams, so double fuck it. I'm going to talk about whatever the hell I want, including what's currently happening. And that brings us to Fire Emblem. I have been watching the numbers for Fire Emblem. Only 3 episodes have come out as of today. The numbers are weird. View counts are below average, which is expected. I actually didn't think Fire Emblem would do all that well. So it is, the numbers are below average, but the audience retention is above average. So that means there aren't as many people watching, but those who are watching pretty much watch the whole thing. What does that mean? I don't fucking know. I'm not MatPat. That's actually part of the reason I get frustrated with YouTube. And it's not even with YouTube, it's with me. That the data is there for me to see, I just don't know how to interpret it. I don't know what the data means and how I can use it to improve the channel. I would almost need to hire a consultant like my MatPat and be like, fix it! Help! But he's too pricey for me, so I don't know what to do. Anyway, the point is, when I started Fire Emblem, I didn't know if I was going to finish it for the show. I still don't know. It was based on, like, I was going to make my call based on how many people were watching and all that. But the way the YouTube algorithm works, audience retention is arguably more important than just strict view counts. Like, YouTube wants people to watch. So, okay, I'm pulling these numbers out of the air. This is not gospel. But, for example, YouTube might prefer one person watching for an hour than 5 people watching for 10 minutes. That's actually why a lot of YouTubers have gone with longer videos. The Game Grumps are the best example because they used to do 10-minute episodes. That was just their thing. They did 10-minute episodes. Now they do 30 to 40-minute episodes, and the reason is because YouTube has this is the weirdest map I've ever done in this game. YouTube has a threshold. They want people watching 10 minutes or more per video. So any videos that are below 10 minutes or right around 10 minutes are going to fail, because if your video is exactly 10 minutes, then all you need is one person to not watch the whole thing, and you're going to be below a 10-minute average. Does that make sense? I know that was kind of math, but the point is, the reason the Game Grumps switched to a half hour, like, they haven't said this, but the reason the Game Grumps have switched to a half-hour episode length is partly for the algorithm, because now, even if someone jumps out at the halfway point, that's still 15 minutes that they've watched, and that helps their algorithm. So for me, it's the same deal. I do 20-minute episodes. My averages are not quite as well as I want them. But with Fire Emblem, the average has gone up, partly because the episodes are longer, and partly because I know Fire Emblem fans at this point. If you're watching it, you're probably watching the whole thing. So, I don't know what I'm going to do about Fire Emblem yet. The plan has always been that as soon as Legend of Mana comes out this month, which is on the 24th, if I remember right, that we switch completely over and we drop Fire Emblem. Now I'm not so sure. I'm gonna need to wait until a couple more episodes have come out. Right now, I don't know how to interpret it. I don't know how to interpret lower views but higher retention. But the retention's really good, so I don't know. I don't know how to interpret the data. But just stick to the channel, man. Things will happen. There's at least going to be like 14 episodes of Fire Emblem, so they are coming. In fact, I just uploaded up to episode 10, so we're good. I actually need to record more. Anyway, hello, Lenny. This game needs a good walkthrough. My videos are good walkthroughs. Watch my videos. Mainly because I don't min-max. I guess if you want a perfect solution to how to win the game, you know, my videos are not so good because I don't min-max. But I also show that you can do pretty much whatever you want, and you will eventually win with enough persistence. So, yeah. Do the volcano a lot. There's the Pyro pro tip of the day. Could you please stop blocking, Vargas? I need to nuke your face off. Thank you. Watch YouTube video to learn how to read it. Yeah, actually, there was a big video that was going around for a while by the Spiffing Brit, who talked about how to take advantage of the YouTube algorithms by doing things like introducing polls and stuff. That's fine. However, I also don't want to turn my channel into every other channel. So, and there's a lot where I don't have a lot to say. Like, part of my whole issue as an entertainer, I guess, is that I don't like talking when I have nothing to say. It's also why, if you ever message me on Discord, I tend to be straight to the point, because as much as I like to have fun and everything, I'm not the type who just, you know, I'm not going to go up to my friends and be like, hey, how are you? What's up? How's the kids? How's the wife? How's the cat? How's the job? Did you read any good books lately? Have you seen that show on Netflix that everyone's binging? How about them sports teams? Like, I'm not that guy. I don't small talk. I can. I'm good at it. I just don't like doing it. So I don't want to just put up a poll that's like, hey guys, which series do you like better? Monster Rancher 4 or Evil Genius 2? Click the whatever in the thing. Like, that's not me. I don't like doing that. If I do that, it's for market research. Like when I did in Evil Genius 2, I put up a poll that was like, do you want to see 20-minute episodes or 30-minute episodes? Like, that's for the business. And I need that information. So, I don't know, man. So it's another one of those things where, like, I just have come to sort of accept that if in order to get Markiplier numbers, I would have to be screeching constantly and throwing polls in your face and begging you to hit the like button and all that shit. If that's what it takes, then I'm never going to make it. Because I don't want to do it. I don't ever want to go down that road and just be a whore for attention. It's not me. It is not me. And I will hate it, and everyone will realize it's fake, and it's not worth it. So, anyway. With enough persistence, you win. Sounds like me with Dark Souls. I need to give Bloodborne another shot. I think I played it for only 90 minutes and tapped out. I really should give it a try. Hello, Lord Ariados. Thank you for joining the stream. Oh god, my foot's asleep. Yeah, but if you are here, hit that like button, just like Mark said. Like Spike for Nisei. She's looking agitated right now. Oh. Apparently she tried to get up on the couch with the Akamura, and there's no space, so she's now in the middle of the floor pouting. Because Nisei is a lunatic. She's also becoming either lazy or chunky. Because she used to jump up in my lap, but now I am required to shift to my right so she can jump up in the chair, since that's a bit lower. And then she walks onto my lap. So, we may be overfeeding her, it could just be too hot, or she could be getting lazier. Either way, she's super ugly cute. She's also doing what the Akamura calls airplane ears right now. Ah, thank you, Holly, for the donation. Don't compare yourself with the others, be you. Yes, it's difficult because I still want the channel to succeed and there has to be a middle ground, but I can't be screamy guy. I just can't. Even if that, even if it meant I would succeed and the channel would get $1 million, like, I can't be screamy guy. I just can't do it, man. It sounds so exhausting. Streaming alone is already pretty tiring, but then if I had to try to throw in a performance and be a character, like, fuck. I'd rather go back to Walmart. At least the money's regular there. So, let's see. I appreciate that. And these donations are helping, by the way. I've said before, if you donate even $1, I'm probably making more from you than if you just watch the videos. Like, just a single dollar. Because generally, I'll have to look at the numbers again, but I earn about 0.2 of a cent per view. 0.2 of a cent per view. If I have an ad video. So, yeah. If you watch 10 of my videos, you paid me 2 cents. So, that's why if you donate $1, even $1, like, I'm getting more from you than I would have from ad revenue. And it really helps. Oh god, my leg is fully asleep. Ow, ow. Stop it. Yeah, she's also taken some damage. Yesterday I stepped on her paw and I elbowed her directly in the side. Both of them accidentally, of course. Both of them... Oh, thank you, Mitch. $2 donation. Anything to help Pyro. Seriously. Keep tossing it at me. I appreciate it. And it'll help me get through this month. But yeah. Let's see. I stepped on her because it was dark and I wasn't paying attention. She usually yells when I get close if it's dark, but she just didn't, so I wound up stepping on her paw. And then she was getting into bed with me, and I didn't notice, and I turned sharply and just elbowed her right in the side. And in both instances, she ran away about 4 steps, yelled at me, and then came back. So I'm like, alright, you're fine. But if Nisi was a human and she knew what a fainting couch was, she would probably pull out a fainting couch and dramatically fall on it to garner sympathy, because she is that kind of cat. She knows I'm talking about her, too. Her eyes are very closed, and she's acting like she's too good for this conversation. Come on, Cupcake. There you go. Nice shot. I wish I could do more before kids are expensive. Oh, I appreciate it, Mitch. Anything you can give is fine, and if you can't give anything, that's fine. It's okay. And I appreciate it all the same, legit. I can imagine 4 kids are expensive. Hell, the only reason I'm doing this, the only reason I'm able to do this is because I don't have kids. I don't know how YouTubers do this with kids. I don't know how MatPat does it. But he also makes enough that he's got an entire team, and it's an entire company, so when it's a one-man operation like this shit, I mean, holy crap. Although I guess now I've got a team, because I've got we've got an Instagram now, guys! We have an Instagram. I was resisting it because I don't know how to Instagram, but our lovely channel princess Mark is running our Instagram. It will almost certainly be automatically posted to Facebook as well in the future. I just need to get that set up. But we have an Instagram. You can check the video description for links to Instagram, Twitch, PayPal, Patreon, my books, other places you can support the channel. It's fantastic. We have an Instagram, and Mark knows how to Instagram, so it's going to be run well. Unlike some of the shit I do, where I just kind of wing it. Does double speed affect your views? No. If you watch my video, yeah, if you, it doesn't, I don't know, come to think of it. Huh. What an interesting question. I do know that all of my videos are over 20 minutes, so even if you do watch on double speed, and if it would affect the average, that's still going to be more than 10 minutes. Maybe that's why my retentions are all over the place. Maybe it does count against me if people are watching in double speed. What a fascinating question. I would say it can't hurt because my videos are over 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. I'd still be over the 10-minute threshold on the retention time. Huh. Huh. Rainwolf, you get a cookie for having the question of the day. And do YouTube Red members bring you less cash? No, YouTube Red members bring me more cash. If you are on premium, I'm getting more money from you. I'd have to do the math on the exact split. But I think the last time I looked, I want to say less than 10% of the people watching me are on YouTube Premium, but about 25% of the income I get is from YouTube Premium. So yeah, I get more money from Premium. Although that's not counting the donations. Like, if I count the donations, I'm getting like 90% of my money through donations. No, that is probably true. I think I get 90% of my money through donations. I'll have to look. I have to look at the last financial report. But yeah, YouTube Premium brings way more. You as well, John. You do the same, and I hope you enjoy your party today. And I did not mean to abandon that dumbbell. Nisi is the least asshole-ish cat you've ever met, the Akamura? Even compared to Tiger? Yeah, well, yeah, Tiger was a bit of a dick. Never mind. He did walk across your legs intentionally and multiple times just to be an asshole. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, anyway. Let me know if you need a Let me know if you need a tester for it. Well, oh, I could test. Could I test it? I'd have to. Huh. I'm trying to think how it would be tested. No, it'd be legal, the Akamura. I'd have to be careful with. What I would have to do, come to think of it, is I would have to make a 20-minute video. But the problem is I need a large sample size, so I need at least 30 people to participate in this. I would need to, like, make a 20-minute video and then tell everyone to watch it on double speed and then hope everyone actually was on the honor system and did so. And then I would have to see what YouTube reported as the retention time. Because if everybody did that and watched that, yeah, that's probably how I'd have to do it. I'd have to make an unlisted video and just give people orders. Because if I get 30 to 50 people to watch one specific video and everybody watches it on double speed, literally everybody has to watch it on double speed. That would tell me if the retention time is adjusted for inflation, for multiplication. Yeah. What a fascinating question. I'll have to look into that. Now, that is one advantage with having a small channel. Because if I had 20 million subscribers and, like, 1 million people literally 1 million people agreed to help me test that, like, I could not trust 1 million people to do anything. So, and to follow my request, but I could trust 30. What an interesting... I might have to look into that. Anyway. Future Pyro's problem. Let me know if you need a tester for it. It's not a bad idea. I mean, I could always put out a call to Discord. So... Couldn't someone watch the video on multiple things at the same time to boost views? No. Because... Well... Maybe. YouTube does keep track of unique views, and it's looking at your IP address. So, if you watch if you watch the same video too quickly in succession from the same IP address, it does count toward the video's view count, but it will hurt retention, and it will hurt unique viewers. Because I can even look in to say... Like, I think part of the reason why Evil Genius 2 did 33,000 views is if someone watched it in 2-hour chunks and watched it 4 times in 2-hour chunks, then it would have 4 view counts, but it would only have 1 unique view count for that person. And then YouTube does give me the data where I can see how many different people have watched a video, not just how many views it has total. So it does keep track of all that shit. I hate it. I hate it, man. I wish you could just, you know, do your thing and... Oh, whatever. It's not the way YouTube works anymore. No reason to wish for something that can't exist. The reason I bring it up is one day my YouTube stats showed as I watched 36 hours in a 24 period. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's interesting. Okay, so if that's what YouTube is saying, I watched 36 hours in 24 period, binge watch a bunch of 8-hour plus speedruns on double speed. Okay. Then that could be the reason, or that could be it. Maybe YouTube doesn't adjust it for the increase. I don't know. That's interesting. We will have to futz. Ugh. Anyway, point is, watch my shit. I don't care how you do it. Just double speed or put it in the back. I remember one of our regulars would start up a video, and if he didn't like it, like if the game wasn't for him or whatever, or he just wasn't into it, he'd still let the video play. He'd just mute it and then go do something else while it played out. Like, that actually helps me. I can't ask you to do that. I want to be clear. I cannot ask you to start one of my videos, let it run in the background, and just let it go. I can just say that theoretically, if a person was to do that for a channel, it would help the channel because the browser doesn't know where your eyeballs are actually aiming. Thank God we don't have fucking eye tracking in every computer. Anyway, but I can't ask you to do that. I can say that it would help a channel that you would do it for. There we go. That good? Did I avoid breaking terms of service? It's less bad for the environment? Oh, than mining Bitcoin? That's probably true. Although everyone should buy Dogecoin so I get a little bit extra return on my investment. Let's see. Let's see. Forgot who that was, but I remember him saying that during a Surviving Mars stream. Yeah, probably. Anyway, yeah, YouTube Red helps. I don't know why. Like, it's... I don't know how they do the YouTube Red calculation. Although, honestly, what is YouTube Red? Isn't it $5 a month? But, like, again, even if that's spread out across 10 channels, like, if you give 10 different channels 50 cents, you're still probably giving them more money than you would have seen from just ads. So, it makes some sort of sense. I guess the more different channels you watch, the less money you're maybe... I don't know how YouTube Red works. Exactly. Like, I don't know how they calculate their payments and such. But it doesn't matter. I just know that it does make me more per viewer. For whatever that means or reason that is or whatever. Whoops, didn't mean to abandon that either. Some bitch. And I should... Here's a fun fact. It's not YouTube Red anymore, everybody. It's premium. Do you know why it's premium? Because there is a porn site called RedTube, and YouTube was sick of people comparing the two and mixing them up, because some people would want to do YouTube Red and would go to RedTube or vice versa. So that's why it's called premium now. It's YouTube Premium. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's see. These crazy YouTubers get high rollers. It's insane. I've seen someone drop 500 on a channel donation. Yeah, right? I mean... Right? When I watch a Markiplier stream, I have to not look at the chat because it will piss me off. Because he'll get people just randomly throwing him $50. Like... He makes more... Markiplier makes enough in one stream that it would pay my rent for probably 2 months. Which, again, that's jealousy and pride talking. I am perfectly willing to accept and state I am jealous and prideful and envious, and I want that money. However, I also don't want anyone who's watching me to go bankrupt over supporting me. So, it is what it is. This is why I need 1 million subscribers. But all I can ask is you support me as you can, when you can, with what you can, without putting yourself in danger, and that's all I ask. Legit, that is all I ask. There are 1,000 links to do that if you ever feel generous or have an extra dollar or whatever. It's fine. It's fine. And if you can't, it's fine. I'm not going away anytime soon. I'm going to keep doing this as long as I can. And even if I have to re-enter the conventional workforce, the channel's not going away. It'll have to change, but it won't go away. I mean, I did this, like, that's the thing. I've been doing this for 10 years, and over half of that, I was working at Walmart at the same time. over half of those 10 years, I was keeping up another job while doing YouTube. So I can do it. I don't want to go back to that, but I can. I'm not... Oh, yeah. Yeah, as the Akamura said, there were weeks where I would put in 80-hour work weeks combining YouTube and Walmart. It just... and IGN, and Online Onslaught, and all the other shit I do. Like, I will do it if that's what it takes to follow my dream. I don't want to work that hard. So, yeah. Just, you know. That's why you gotta support me as best as you can. And I will be able to keep doing this as long as I can. Anyway. I don't want to reminisce too much, because on August 16th, guys, August 16th is the day this channel turns 10 years old. We will do plenty of reminiscing that day. I hope to get some of the people who haven't been around for a while. We're going to be doing Evil Genius 2 probably. Like, we're so far out from August 16th, I don't want to make too many promises my ass can't cash. But it's probably going to be Evil Genius 2. It's probably going to be an 8-hour stream. We're going to just reminisce about how far this channel has come, and probably the internet and YouTube. And I've been doing this job for so long, the third president is in office from when I started. I started this when Obama was in office. I've gone through the Trump administration. Now Biden's in office. I have been doing this a long time, and I plan on continuing to do this for a long time. I will be here when President Dwayne Johnson is in the oh God, I hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, when that happens, I'll still be going. I'm here, man. I'm here. That probably is true. I don't want to start that conversation when you're off mic. You aren't going back to Walmart if I can help it. Hey, thank you, Lord Aridos. Yeah, I've got a lot of people who say that, including Walmart associates. Who are... What? Oh, yeah, every time we go shopping at Walmart, I get threatened by at least one person. Like, don't come back here. You don't need to be here. Oh, okay. Jesus. I won't. Gonna try not to. So... yeah, I'm cared a lot. A lot of people care about me. It's... I'm still not used to it. One guy donated 10,000 or so of his country's currency? Yes, I do remember that, actually. And we had to translate it, and it turned into, like, it was like 20 bucks. It was 80? Holy shit, that was still a lot of money. But yeah, but YouTube didn't understand how currencies worked, so it interpreted his 10,000 whatever donation into 10,000 US dollars. Which is why I didn't because that would do us for a year, literally. If someone donated 10,000 US dollars, that would do us for a year. So I had to run a quick translation so I didn't have an orgasm on the show, especially since that would break terms of service. And it turned out to be like 80 bucks. But because YouTube just looked at the raw number, it left his donation comment up for the entire stream because it didn't know how to handle 10,000 not dollars. YouTube is weird, man. YouTube... for as fancy and great as YouTube is, it does a lot of weird, dumb shit. That could go on the marquee. YouTube, we do a lot of weird, dumb shit. Anyway, hi everybody. I need to start my channel, but not sure I would have the time. When you start a YouTube channel, especially now, do not go into it thinking it's going to be a business. Unless you want to sort of plan ahead for that, but do not start a YouTube channel with the assumption that you're going to be working on it 40 hours. Because if you start a YouTube channel now, you're walking into a place that has literally tens of millions of channels you're competing with. So my best advice to everybody, if you ever want to get into YouTube or streaming, the best thing to do is just start and see if you like it. And really, that applies to damn near everything. When I was in high school, I used to think I would be a programmer because computers were cool, and I loved computers, and programmers had a mystique about them, you know? It's like you're a creator. I mean, you are a creator when you're a programmer. Just, you're a different kind of artist. You know, and then I did a little programming, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I learned not to program. So, seriously, if you want to... It doesn't matter, but especially for YouTube and Twitch, the barrier of entry is so low, and it's so low stakes, that the best thing to do is just give it a try. And you may start streaming and come to realize you hate it because of all the stuff that you have to do, all the stuff you have to manage, especially if you're in a one-person operation like I am. Like, it can be exhausting, and this shit can be annoying. I don't particularly like doing the social media stuff. I don't like necessarily having to fight through trolls and deal with moderation problems and, you know, all of that. But, I mean, that's why I got big enough to get some mods. But I had to get that big. Like, there are parts of the job that suck. So it's best to give it a try. Give it a try with low stakes. Even if you only have one person show up. Even if you have 0 people show up to a stream. Like, as long as you try and you're willing to listen to yourself, like, you watch the stream back and you see where you can improve, and you see whether you have fun with it, like, just give it a shot, man. For, you know, but that's, like I said, that's true of any hobby. Like, if you've wanted to get into Legos, fucking buy a Lego set and see if you have fun putting together some Legos. If you want to try embroidery, buy a small kit. There are plenty of starter kits for embroidery. Give it a shot. See if you enjoy it. And if you hate it, then you're not out that much money. And if you love it, then you can start upgrading. When I started the show, I had fraps, which cost me like $20. Fraps was pretty cheap back then. Anyway, I had fraps. I had a shitty microphone. I had a free video editor. The videos were, again, I'm going to go into more of this during the anniversary episode, but, like, you know, the videos were in 480p. They sounded not so great, but I had such a fun time doing it. I didn't care that I only had, like, 10 views. That was Rainbow Six. I had, like, maybe 10 views. And I didn't care. I was having fun. I was having a blast with my friend Yoshi. I'm like, well, fuck, this is fun. Let's upgrade. So I looked into a better mic, and then I looked into a better video editor, and then I looked into a better capture software, and piece by piece by piece, I have built what you see now. So, you know, have fun with it. Yeah, it sounds like any job. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is any job in that sense. You know, it is. Just fuck around. If you like it, stick with it. If you hate it, fuck it. Just leave. Yeah, and especially if you're just doing it for fun, Mitch, just do it. You don't even have to worry about regular content. I remember when I started, again, reminiscing that I should be saving for the August 16th anniversary. When I started, I had 5 videos per day. Because what would happen was I would record a batch, and then I would edit a batch, and then I would upload the entire batch. And the thing is, back then, YouTube didn't have scheduled releases. So, I couldn't. I would either have to wake up every day at the exact same time and upload the exact same thing, you know, a video, and hope it went up relatively around noon. Or I would have to upload everything at once, and anyone in my subscriber feed would get blasted by videos. And I picked option 2. So, you know, Anyway. Sucking at something is the start of being sort of good at something. Yeah, exactly. Wait, that was Jake? Was that Jake the dog? Yeah, okay. I don't know why I was thinking that was someone else. Anyway. Yeah, that's good advice. So, fuck it. I also bought a guitar a few years ago and got a program to learn guitar, and I played it like 2 days and realized I didn't want to take the effort to learn it. Like, if someone could snap my... Yeah, it's probably a dated reference. If someone could Matrix me and just inject the knowledge directly into my brain on how to be a guitarist, then yes, I would do that. That's not a dated reference because there's a new Matrix movie? That's good. I'm not old. Anyway, you know, I would love to learn guitar, and I would love to learn it that way. However, learning it the, you know, actual way, which is practice and shit, there's nothing wrong with guitar. Guitar is awesome. I just personally don't want to take that much effort to learn guitar. So, I'm not gonna. That's okay. So, yeah, man. I have all the equipment, only need a good computer. Only thing holding me back, share system on consoles is trash. Yes, I agree. If you're going to stream or record to a computer, nowadays you really need a capture card, but you can usually get a fairly inexpensive one. Because the one I have is a Hauppauge PVR HD2, and that cost me $180, and that is an upper end one, and some people say it's not even all that good. I disagree. It's been fine for me. But I'm pretty sure there are capture cards under $50 now. Like, the barrier of entry keeps going down lower and lower and lower and lower. If you go to newegg.com, not sponsored, but Newegg is where I personally go for all of my hardware, except my audio hardware. Capture cards are probably for... And you could even get a used one. I mean, as long as it works. Just something to grab HD signal and be able to record it or stream it. And then, again, if you like it and it makes you money and it does well, then you can look for upgrades. But for a starter set, you just grab what you can and see if you like the job. I play the harmonica. I have a ukulele. I don't play any instrument. I have no musical ear, unfortunately. I never have. I'm very tone deaf. Like, I remember in middle school, I was trying to tell my teacher that you know, I was tone deaf, and he played a middle C, and he's like, sing this note, and I'm like, I don't know how. I can make a noise, I can hold a note, but I don't know how to match what my voice is doing to what note I'm supposed to hit. Like, that's not in my skill set. And then that too I probably could have been able to learn how to sing, and I just was never that interested in learning. So, you know, that's one of those things I just can't do. There are certain songs I can be relatively on key on now, but the singer has to be on key. Like, one song I can sing pretty on key is Just Breathe by Pearl Jam, because the range is not that much, and what is his name? Eddie Vedder, thank you. I couldn't remember his last name, and it was driving me crazy. Eddie Vedder, yeah, it's Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder's voice is right around mine anyway, and that particular song, he doesn't stretch the pitch very much. Like, that song is not very dynamic. It's a damn good song too. If you don't know, wait until this video's over, but look up Just Breathe by Pearl Jam. Damn good song. But even with that song, I can't sing it unless I hear it. because I cannot make my voice hit a pitch that I am not hearing. I don't have perfect recall. That's the name of it. I have no tonal recall. So I respect the hell out of any musician, including singers, because that is well beyond what I am capable of doing. Same with visual art. However, the written word, I can paint you a damn good picture with words. I am a damn good storyteller. And that is a skill that a lot of people do not have. I'm a damn good communicator, too, and that is a skill a lot of people do not have. So I know my strengths. The Akamura says she had a dream that she was failing to communicate with someone because she is so bad at it. Yeah. It's... For me, my disadvantage is because I'm so good at communicating, I tend to over-explain and over-talk. As I do on this show. But, you know, so it goes. I would rather have someone get annoyed at me for me giving too much information than angry at me because I didn't give them enough information. War is like that, too. You usually want to have... Like, if there's a preference, people would rather have too much information than not enough information. Going into a battle situation. So, you know, is what it is. Anyway, I can mimic people. Only thing that helps me sing, but still not great. Mimicking people is a good skill to have. I don't know what job you're in, Mitch, but in sales, you usually want to mimic the person who's speaking to you, and then they will like you more. And that skill has helped me in Walmart. When I worked there, if I was dealing with an angry customer, or at least a disappointed customer, I'd start very subtly mimicking their reactions. But I would always put a little change on it. So, for example, if I was dealing with a customer who crossed their arms, and I noticed that, what I would do is I would take a subtle step to a wall or a desk or something, and then I would lean against it and also cross my arms the same way. And it was a very intentional move on my part because it triggers something in the brain that says, oh, this person is just like me. And then that will calm them down, and I can work with them a bit more. So it's being able to mimic also body language is an extremely good skill to have. Mitch is on disability. I'm too broken to work. Oh, that sucks to hear. Oh, man, and you have 4 kids. Oh, God, that is rough. Holy shit. My young and dumb days caught up to me. Fair enough. You know... If you're good at mimicking people, especially by voice, I mean, first of all, don't take anything I say as gospel like that. Just, I'm not life advice, Falcon. But if you're good at mimicking and you're on disability, I would say one of the things you could try if you have time is go to voices.com and become a voice actor. Even if it's just subtle shit and, you know, you have to audition and everything. If you have good capture equipment, that's something you could do out of your home. I have thought about trying to do voices.com. I keep trying to push the Akamura to do it, but she doesn't have the passion. I don't necessarily have the passion for it, but I have the time and the skill, and I think that could earn me a little extra money. Because I can't... I don't know how to act yet, per se, but I can do the funny voices. I mean, you all have heard Dr. Mr. Bad Touch. Most of you want to forget Dr. Mr. Bad Touch. You've heard Mayor Morgan. You've heard the one voice that I don't have a name for. That Ginergy fucking loves. I still need to come up with a name for that one. I mean, I think I could do it. I mean, you can easily... I would figure a lot of you could easily imagine an indie game who would love to have this voice for a fancy character who might have a quest for the hero, or at least needs a good swift kick in the ass. You know. And the Mayor Morgan voice would also work really, really well for certain comedy characters, I would think. And I have the capture equipment for it, so one of these days I need to just do it and put in a profile, put in a portfolio, and such like that there. I'm actually caught up for work. I could do that this week. Huh. Anyway, Pyro just had a thought. The only thing I wish I really could do is do Golden Voice Pyro on demand, because if I could do that, I know I would get some calls. Like, Golden Voice Pyro is not good for comedy, but Golden Voice Pyro would be one hell of a narrator. Right? I don't think I'm being too arrogant to say that. Golden Voice Pyro would be a sick narrator. The Akamura says she wants Golden Voice Pyro to go on a rant about what? Oh, just describe, like, a cattle ranch. Yeah, oh yeah. Golden Voice Pyro would be good for, like, a stage setting. Yeah, totally. Anyway, yeah, Golden Voice Pyro for the novel, I fucking wish. If I could do that voice... Now, here's the other thing that I haven't fucked with yet. I might look into that. What's the site? Voices.com. Just voices.com. No weird spelling, no weird anything. So voices.com is a website for anybody. Like, if you have a project, you go there to hire voice actors. If you have a voice, you go there to source work. It's free. Thank you, the Akamura. Actually, Akamura, could you do the HTTP so it actually becomes a link? Now, there are, again, hashtag not sponsored. There are multiple ways you can do that. So, for example, the free version, your voice is not searchable. You have to be the one who goes out for auditions. And when I say go out, that doesn't mean physical. That means, like, you have to search a company that's calling, and then you have to send in an audition file. If you pay a little bit more, then your voice becomes searchable, and other people can find you. It's expensive in the long run. I think it's like $20 a month to do that premium service, which is pittance if you're using it as an actual job, especially since it's a tax write-off. But it can be a little expensive if you're just getting into it. So I would say if it's something that interests you, start with again, it's the same thing I said about YouTube. Start with the free version, do the basics, dip your toes into the water, and then if you like it, you can consider doing upgrades in the future to make your life easier. And if you don't like it, fuck it. Stop doing it, and you didn't lose anything other than a little time. And actually, you didn't even lose the time, because you used that time to learn you didn't like it. I think my natural voice would be good for narration as well. But the dirty secret I was going to say, now that I know how to pitch shift right, I might... Ooh. No, even though I can't use it. Oh, God, we have so many stones. All right, never mind. Go ahead and abandon it. Even though I wouldn't be able to use it for streams, I could pitch shift my voice a little bit to add a little bass or a little baritone and use that as a narration voice. Because who's going to know if it's a pre-recorded thing? I mean, the only thing I would have to do... The only way that would cause me an actual problem is if someone thinks that's my natural voice and then they meet me out in the street and then they want me to do that voice. I wouldn't be able to. I would be physically unable to. But if Golden Voice Pyro is so good, then I might be able to artificially induce that with Goldwave, my audio recorder. So I might even have a solution there. So yeah, hell yeah, try voices.com. And if you get a gig, donate to my Patreon or PayPal for thanks. There we go. That's all we need. So yeah, yeah. I've thought about doing voices.com myself. Get Mayor Morgan, come up with a name for the posh voice or whatever. I don't know if I want Dr. Mr. Bad Touch to be out in the world. Can you imagine playing a video game, an indie game that you're really excited about, and then goddamn Dr. Mr. Bad Touch hits you? Well, he wouldn't hit you. He would caress your face with his vocal cords. Anyway, it's not good for anybody. But yeah, man. It's yeah, awesome. Good luck, Mitch. Give that a go. And let me be in touch with me. Tell me how it is. Tell me how you do. Hopefully you get some gigs. That'd be awesome. Oh, and I wanted to say, I kept trying to remember. For those who don't think voices.com are good or whatever, or like as an example of how good it can be, Scott Cawthon found his voices for FNAF on voices.com for the latest few games. So it's not like it's just voices.com is for shitty little projects that no one's ever heard of. Like, you can, I mean, you know, you probably aren't going to get on an anime because those people have unions and they have their actual recording booths out in Los Angeles and all that. But, like, I think I've only heard Dr. Mr. Bad Touch once, and I didn't understand why it was so bad for people. I think it's because when most people hear Dr. Mr. Bad Touch, it, like, triggers a discomfort in the brain for most people. That's why I've actually been doing it less. Like, I've gotten actual complaints about the voice, even though I have never said anything too outlandish. It triggers discomfort, so I'm trying not to do the voice as much. Alright, what was I doing? Okay, so everyone's back. We have a fight this week. It's Penelope. So, Penelope, you get a week off again. Cupcake, you have orders. You need rest. Oh, tits. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I almost need a second magic book. That's not going to happen, but I almost need a second magic book. You are fine. You are fine. You are fine. So, Scold 1, Praise 4. Scold 1, Praise 4. Jump harder. Cupcake. You're not too old, so don't give me your sass. I'm not delaying my microphone, am I? No. Okay, good. Jeez. That was almost embarrassing. I really wonder if it was you... If you... What? Soul? I really wonder if it was Dr. Mr. Bad Touch you heard then, like... Oh, I really wonder if it was Dr. Mr. Bad Touch you heard like me. Okay, got it. That took me a second to parse, Soul, but yes. It could be. I mean, yeah. I don't know what it is about the voice. I think it's because it's such a low whisper that, like, you strain your ears to hear it, and then it's like, you just... Most people feel the Dr. Mr. Bad Touch voice in their neck, and it's unpleasant. Which is why the voice is so funny, but it's also why it's so horrifying. Like, so, Dr. Mr. Bad Touch, I have trouble doing the voice if I don't have something to read. I usually need something to give me a little, a starter. You know what I mean? Like a tuning fork for singers. I really want to do it, but I can't think of anything to say. Mark, you like the Dr. Mr. Bad Touch voice? I don't know. If you come to the States, I will happily do the Dr. Mr. Bad Touch voice within an inch of your ear, and we'll see if you still like it then. If I did that, Soul would just go back to Sweden. I can see in my head, Soul, the plane touches down from Sweden. She gets out, happy to be in America, comes out of the gate, and I see her. Oh yeah, now I can think of a voice. Now I can do it because I'm making a scenario. Anyway, Soul steps off the plane. She comes up to give me a hug, and while she's hugging me, I say, "Hi, Soul. Welcome. Welcome to the U.S. I want to show you all the ways we have freedom." She will turn around, get back on the plane, and go back to Europe. No, I couldn't hold it together. It was too funny. Look, Dr. Mr. Bad Touch appreciates the freedoms. It's... After all, it's not illegal here to braid and lick your armpit hairs. There we go. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're not sorry.
Anyway. The best part of doing that is the way I... Sounds like the old man from Family Guy. Yeah, it sort of developed from that. That's not creepy to you. Even if you weren't chuckling, it wouldn't be... That's good, Lake Bane. That's actually good. Most people who hear that freak out, so... That's going to be fun for anyone who hasn't ever heard that voice joining my series the first time. Anyway. But yeah, so... What was I saying? Oh, I mean, hell, maybe that voice would work on voices.com. My favorite part of doing that voice is my face when I do it. I've done it on Facecam once, and I remember I think it was TC commented that it is just as disturbing to see my face during that than it is hearing it, just because of the way I have to do it. You're so lucky I like you, Pyro. I would have left after that. Okay, we'll test that once you're in the U.S. and you're trapped here with me. It's not my favorite voice to do, though. Mayor Morgan is my favorite. No. I don't know. I like Mayor Morgan and the Posh voice too much. They're both really fun. That's another thing I'm going to reminisce about. Because, like... The first episode the first series I tried to do voice acting on was, Long Live the Queen, and I wasn't very good at it. And listening back to it, I'm like, oh, it's a bit cringy. But it was the first time I was trying to do voice acting. But, you know, 6 years of doing it, even without formal training, just practicing and having the wherewithal to listen back to myself and critique myself and figure out where I could improve. You know, hell yeah. And I have more voices than that, too, because I have my breathy woman voice, although it's not, like, it wouldn't work to voice a female character, but, like, when I did my book narration, every one of my characters I've tried to have different voices with, and it helps me more for YouTube than it does for the book. But the point is that, you know, I've got a few options. So, I really should just do a voices profile. Be done with it instead of talking about it. Okay, Cupcake is going to go to... Let's see. Cupcake's going to shoot for her A today. So, Cupcake gets a week off. You're better than that, Cupcake. I don't... You have 400s, right? That's your whole thing right now? You've got 500 speed. Let's get you off of speed. Let's put you on intelligence training. You get the magic book, and you get priority now. Because you are the A-class person. Everyone else is just going to have to friggin' adjust. I'll deal with everyone else's orders when we get there. So, Yin Ping... I mean, what... Man... now I actually do need another book. Posh Spice, come on. So, Scold 3 and 5, praise 4. Scold 3 and 5, praise 4. Scold 3 and 5, praise 4. Where is 3? There's 3. Scold 3 and 5, praise 4. Would I ever post the Ruin voice? No, I don't think the Ruin voice is very good. Because it doesn't, like, I've heard it back and it's not as high-pitched as I think it is. So, like, the Akamura does a great Ruin voice. Did I just praise 5 instead of scolding her? Whatever. Anyway, there is a different inflection I put on it that the Akamura doesn't do. Although, like, because we just fuck around. If the Akamura, you know, needed to put the proper inflection on it, she would learn how to do the proper inflection. I know she would. But, yeah, I can't get my voice up that high. I'd have to pitch shift. That wasn't a fun voice to do, too. I have to get into a Ruin mentality when I do it, too, to voice it properly. One of my other favorite voices is Akamura's Uwu voice. See, Akamura has a good range of voices, and she could make it as a voice actor. She doesn't think she can, but when she's done things like mimic Laura Bailey, who is the perennial female voice actor right now, she nails Laura Bailey. Like, she can do everything Laura Bailey can do, and she can sing. But the Akamura's like, no, I'm not good enough and I'm not ambitious enough. And I'm like, the first one's a problem. Because you are good enough. Not being ambitious enough is fair, but disappointing. Akamura. You could be the next Laura Bailey if you wanted to be. Like, right now, you have that good of a voice. And that good of range. Yeah, well, yes, but that's not what I'm saying. You doubt yourself. Which is ass. The only one allowed in this family to doubt themselves is me. Look at Nisi. She doesn't doubt herself when she's, you know, doing cat things. I don't know. Look at Nisi laying there lazily and confidently. Oh yeah, she's on your socks. And her fishing pole. Yep. And she's right next to your pants. I think she's upset because no one's paying attention to her. Because she is a very needy kitty. Oh yeah, I meant to mention that that last night. I have now learned Nisi's problem when she gets in my lap. What Nisi has what she requires, I have learned, is if she gets in my lap, I am supposed to pet her and do nothing else with my hands. That will settle her down. If I am touching my phone, or touching a controller, or touching the keyboard, or touching my mouse, she gets upset, and she starts prancing about and slapping my hands. But when... Which... Well, that's fine. When Nisi... The latest one? Yeah, so yesterday Nisi got on my lap, and I just pet her because she bit my phone. So I put my phone down. And so I scratched her neck with one hand and just had a hand on her haunch, I guess, and then she was fine. So yeah. Easie's a pain in the ass. I love her. She is looking like she's expecting something. I have a great picture of her on the cute animals part of my Discord server where she is just... She's posed, and I don't know what the hell she was doing, but she looked like she was waiting for something. But she just didn't move for 10 minutes. Oh, a weird cat. She owns you, not the other way around. Yeah, that's true. I accept that. I 100% accept that. She basically did choose us. Like, she was a stray, and she just went up to the Akamura and was like, hey, I'm cute. You should pet me. And it worked. And then the next day it's like, hey, I'm cute. You should pet me and also find me food. And then within a few days, it was, hey, I'm cute. You should convince Pyro to let me move in. And that worked. And now that she's here, it's all, hey, I'm cute. Just give me things. Yinping is getting pretty old. Okay, so Wait, Yinping is getting pretty old. She's only 2 years, 3 months. What do you mean she's getting pretty old? The hell are you talking about? All right, well, Yinping, I guess you're off of gadgets from now on. What is her subbreed? Wait a minute. What is her subbreed? The night thing? Isn't it a Dullahan or a Durahan or whatever? Do those just have low lifespans? Because that is extremely short. I mean, Penelope is a 2-1. Cupcake is a 3. And I haven't gotten that message yet. And Yinping's on death's door, apparently. What the hell? Okay, whatever. Magic book. Okay, you have a conflict with Posh Spice. Which of you needs life more? Posh Spice needs life more. So Penelope, why don't you work on the trampoline? At least for now. Why do I have... Yeah. Do that. No, tell you what. Rest next week. And then trampoline. I guess the way I should do this is since we have 5 gadgets, I should focus on 1 gadget per monster every week. And then we just rotate who has what machine. That way we don't cross anybody up. That's the only thing I can think of. So, Sylvian, what do you need? You need accuracy, right? You're there now. You need life and speed. Ugh, alright. Well, no, actually, that's not bad. So, if you need life and speed, why don't you use the running Mac and the target? I mean, no, because... Shit. There we go. So, rest, trampoline, running Mac. Fuck! Nope, go ahead and do that because Posh Spice doesn't need it anymore. Because Posh Spice needs life and speed. So we can switch her to just the life blade for now. So now everybody is using a separate thing. Yeah, there we go. I guess. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay. My brain exploded. Scold 2. Why are my monsters having such trouble on the trampoline? Because pixies are predisposed to speed, right? So you would think that they would be handling the trampoline better. Huh, weird. But I still want to M-metal the running Mac because I think that's going to be the best thing for life in the long run. Especially since it adds accuracy at the same time. Have a banana. Is it bedtime for you? Yeah, we're only streaming another 20 minutes or so, folks. Don't worry, or 30 minutes, so that's okay. The nice thing about Monster Ranger also is it's pretty low low stakes for me. So the mod, like, I love you mods, but if you need to go, I got this. We're okay. We probably won't have another all hands on deck call for the mods until August 16th. Because that day is going to be fucking ridiculous. The cat is crying. Oh no. Yakumura is drinking her last Pepsi Blue. The question is, are you going to order another 14-pack? You're thinking about it. I am not being hurtful, Akamura. My tone is hurtful. Okay. Would it help if I did one of the voices? You want me to Dr. Mr. Bad Touch or Pepsi Blue? You can order anything off of Amazon. If I ever feel like giving myself diabetes, I'll order Surge off Amazon.
No, like you can order Baja Blast.
That's good. When is the shipment coming? You said the 20th. Oh, tomorrow. The 14th. It's already the 14th? Holy shit, this month's going fast. That's fine. It'll happen. Akamura got this. She seems like the type to get mad and seriously rage on people if actually mad. Yeah, I've dealt with the Akamura when she's been actually mad. I mean, we all get that way. Like, when I get actually mad, I will rip into people. It's not a good feeling for me. I don't like being angry. I almost started a fight in my old job. With a man who was pushing 70 years old. I mean, to be fair, not only was I much younger and dumber, but he almost broke my fingers. And this was back when being a writer and being a gamer were the most important things to me. I mean, they're still the most important things to me, but like, he almost broke my fingers, so I almost got into a fight with him. But shit happens. Anyway. Jolt Cola! Oh, it's been a while since I've thought of Jolt Cola. I didn't particularly like it. I don't know if I would like it now. For those who don't know, Jolt Cola is just like, it's got an absurd amount of caffeine in it, but it didn't taste very good to me, and that was sort of the thing, because I still need taste. I don't drink caffeine just to get the caffeine hit. Because if I did, I would just take trucker pills, you know? So I like my coffee. The coffee I've been sipping not fast and is cold. What I need... I used to have one. I got rid of it like an idiot. What I need is a micro USB powered hot plate. They exist. They're everywhere and they're cheap. I just want one. That way I can put my coffee on a thing and keep it warm. I raged on an old man once because he cussed at my kids. See, I think that's a good reason. Anger isn't always great, but, you know, it has its place. I'm sorry. It would take me too long to explain what just happened, so I'm not going to, but... The Akamura is ridiculous. You must be feeling okay if you're making jokes like that. Especially esoteric ones, but anyway. It's esoteric because I'm on the show and nobody else would have the context. I do want to see the video of that though. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go a bit longer today. I'm gonna do one more volcano run and then we'll call it. We'll call it an episode. A stream. Let's do one more volcano run. That'll take us to like friggin' 5:30. Scold 4 and 5. Why are you guys sucking so hard on the trampoline? Like all of you are sucking on the trampoline. Why? Have I been going too easy on your asses? I get the whip. What? Someone spilled a surge on the trampoline? That would be a problem. Alright. Yep. Back into the volcano we go. Oops. So, I mean, if Yinping's gonna die soon, we better friggin' take advantage of it while we got her. Hello, Cat R. Thank you for joining the stream. Much appreciated. You missed a lot of blathering, but luckily the stream is here for eternity for to you watch English. We've covered a lot of ground today on things to talk about too. So, which I always like. Is it gonna rain or something, Yakamura? It seemed like it got a little darker outside. Yep. My Windows 10, the new Windows 10 feature that puts the weather on the taskbar, I like it, but it doesn't update very fast, so I got up today, and it's like, it's 68 degrees, and I'm like, no, it's not. And what happened was, it just hadn't updated from when I turned my computer off at 5 in the morning, so it was very confused. Oh, you're very sweet, Cat. We talk about things like how to maximize YouTube watching algorithms such for you supporting your favorite YouTuber, so hint, hint. What? The precipitation chances passed? Aw. Rain, damn it! If we ever move, I like moving to Washington State or any other place that's very rainy just sounds like heaven. I still think didn't like I mean, sure. The Nebulous plan is also getting a house and making a living off doing the channel, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Although I guess the plan to just move to Seattle is much more doable. But yeah, I think someone encouraged me to move to the UK just because it rains so much there. Obsidian would be good if you fused her with one of the frozen... Who's Obsidian? Obsidian? Who's Obsidian? Is that like one of the Pixies' breeds? Oh god, my shoulders are hurting again. Ugh. Stop. I mean, I'm not going to refuse you massaging my shoulders, the Akamura. Ever. But I can push myself through this if you're nice and comfy. There's... What? Why? Oh. Oh, it's directly on your spine. I see. Ah. Too low. Yep, there you go. Even higher. Like, it's... Yeah, it's there. It's like the front of the bones of my shoulder, and I don't know why. It's a really unusual location for me to feel any pain. Yeah. I'm hoping it's just like lack of water, but yeah, I don't know. I've thought about buying one of those things for my chair. The medicine ball things. Yeah. That'd help my posture. It'd also fuck with my stance when it comes to streaming, but whatever. Yeah, my right shoulder's stiff, so there's definitely something going on.
Here?
Yeah, there and higher up and more outside. Like, it's weird.
Oh, you're very tight right here.
I'm very tight. Yeah, that's something I want to hear. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, I don't... Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's sore as hell. Is this fun entertainment for everyone? Is this good commentary? I'm trying to think. I brought groceries home. I vacuumed the halls, but... I didn't think it would be that heavy. I'm not that out of shape, I don't think. Yeah. I don't know. Wow, she is screaming at you. Or playtime. Yep. It's fine, Akamura. Anyway. Lilum is the breed name. I think that's... Oh, I think the Joker Pixie is the next one. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the list. Because now we have a slot open, right? Because I think we only have 3 frozen, so the next one can be a Generation 1. Oh, she was just snacky? Aw, poor baby. Oh, it was empty? It wasn't... She still had a decent amount of food when I got up today. Wow, she's been a little piggy today, which is fine. Yeah, piggy kitty. I love that she ferret runs everywhere. It's very weird, but it's super cute. This has been a weird stream. A good one, though. Good one, as we're settling in for the last act. Boosh. Oh, stop blocking. Thank you, dick. Give me the team up. I'm just going to not do anything until the team up shows up. Okay, well, dodging those would be a good idea, especially since he only has a 23% chance to hit, but I guess, sure, get hit with his tail. Nicely done, ladies. So, I wouldn't call Yinping a bad experiment, but we didn't get her to live long enough to really see if a defensive pixie, a tanksy, would actually serve me in the tournaments. I would need another year at least for her. Boosh. Again. Boosh. Haha. Oh, coffee. I've been trying to... I took Tylenol. And that helped. I almost took Tylenol before the show. I should have. I don't like taking pills, but for the show I'll do it, just to stop the pain. Now I'm out of topics. Ask me anything, folks. Shoot some questions in the chat. Oh, you know what I could do, actually? Let me bring up my AMAs, because now that we're doing the streams, I'm going to have to do them this way. Because I know there have been some good questions here. Okay, here we go. Joanna. I don't even know what episode this came from. Joanna asked me what I thought of the Monster Rancher anime. I liked the Monster Rancher anime. It was cheesy. I hated Mochi. Fuck Mochi. However, I thought the anime was okay. The opening theme's kind of interesting. Not as good as Pokemon's. Actually, I think that's pretty much it. Like, the Monster Rancher anime, in every respect, was not as good as Pokemon, but it was still fine. I kept meaning to binge watch it. It was on Hulu for a while, and now I think it's not. But now it is on YouTube or something like that. So, one of these days I'll binge watch. I'll binge watch it. I need a new binge watch project. I'm currently binge watching Sword Art Online again. And all it's doing is making me want to play Final Fantasy XIV. I actually like... I don't know why I'm going off on a different topic. Except it's just me. But I actually really like Sword Art Online. Like, it's got some dumb bullshit. But some of the dumb bullshit... No offense to anyone here. To any of my audience. But some of the dumb bullshit... is because of the target audience. Like, the target audience of Sword Art Online are teenagers. And teenagers don't, by definition, don't have the emotional maturity or emotional intelligence to handle things the same way adults would. So, if I judge Kirito as an adult, then he's just going to be an asshole and disappoint me. But watching it from the perspective of a 16-year-old, it's not a... It's pretty okay. Like, I like Sword Art Online. And I'm in the second half of the first season, and I'm still digging it. There are some lines that really... I was actually asking Akamura about voice acting. Because in the first episode... No, the first or second episode, Kirito is like, so everyone hates the beta testers and they hate cheaters, and at some point, one character looks at Kirito and is like, he's not just a beta tester, he's not just a cheater, he's both, he's a beater, and Kirito's like, beater, huh? That's a good name for me. And all I could think of is the voice actor reading that line and then looking at the director and going, are you serious? That's the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. And he's like, yeah, sorry, man. That's the script. Okay. I'm a beater. That's such a great name for me. Fuck. Anyway. Oh, hey, the Akamura just said another sentence that's never been said. Yeah, Nisi, don't sleep on my umbrella. Oh, that's fair, Ginergy. I never got that far. The first time I watched Sword Art Online, I only made it about 3/4 of the way through the first season. So, or plot-wise... For anyone who knows Sword Art Online, I got like halfway through his Alvheim adventure, and that's it. So I didn't get very far. So I'm going to try to binge watch the whole thing now. But yeah, it makes me want to play with Ruin. Makes me want to spend time with Ruin. She needs to get her axe skill up so she can cut people better. It turned into Tenchi with MMOs. But I like Tenchi. So that might be good for me. Or did it turn into a shitty Tenchi with MMOs? Okay. Well, that's different. Yeah, it's like... I mean... We all know who I am, so... And I'm just trying to embrace who I am more and more now as the years go on. I like harem animes because real me would love to be surrounded by like 6 ladies who all enjoy my company. You know? The whole joke of the, you know, Pyro's harem thing, it's not 100% a joke. It's like 99% a joke, but there's 1% that, you know, I would like the rock star lifestyle. Which says a lot about my state of mind for good and for bad. But anyway, the point is, so I enjoy harem animes, but a lot of them are incredibly stupid. And Tenchi was one of the few that is good pretty much from start to finish. At least the original. Muya was pretty decent too. And then... But then, like, the spin-off series were just awful, in my opinion. Like, the only other harem anime that I really liked was Girls Bravo. I don't even know if that counts. I am trying to get through the Monster one. Monster Girls? What's the Monster Girls? Monster something. I watched the first, like, 4 episodes, and it was alright, but I wasn't invested. Anywho, need to head away from the PC. Thing is pumping out heat and cooking me. Oh no! We're gonna have Baked Mark. My poor computer. I actually need to check my PlayStation and make sure it's not gonna overheat again. It was not doing well the last time I looked at it. She's doing something, Akamura. Oh, is that what she was doing? Because she was just pawing at it. Yeah. Aw. Yeah, she's too good for the floor. She has to lay on plastic bags. I know. I love her too. Yes. She's such an asshole. Actually, it's less that she's an asshole. Nisi's just a spoiled princess. She's very Ruin. She is somehow Ruin and my personality and the Akamura's personality all rolled into an actual cat that acts like a dog and a ferret whenever it suits her. What? She is a noodle. She's a noodle kitty. That's also why she has a spine that's made out of jelly. It's what they do, the Akamura. Alright. Go down, Salamander. I wish these battles were getting us more than just experience points. If we could gain a few skill points from beating these monsters, that would be fantastic. Aww. Nisi really adores you, the Akamura. She's watching you now that you're making noise. Since you're typing. Oh, yeah, I was doing AMAs. So yeah. Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher anime. I do want to watch it again. If I remember right, the hero of that one is a little less douchey. Or I should say a little less stupid than Ash was. Because Ash is a fucking shit show of a human being in Pokemon. I mean, to be fair, he's 10 or whatever, so fine. Yeah, exactly. As Akamura says, the Monster Rancher protagonist and the anime is savvy. Like, he sort of knows what's going on and that he's in a weird world. But he just kind of accepts it and rolls with it. Whereas Ash, who is born in that world, doesn't know that birds eat bugs. And he's... Ash. Anyway. Alright, AMA 2. Have you ever thought about using a face cam? That comes from Cobalt Cody. I have done face cam a couple times. I'm not comfortable with it. The problem is I touch my face a lot. As I was saying that sentence, I was rubbing my eyebrow. I'm very twitchy. I would have to relearn how to do that, but I also don't have a very expressive face. You know, I also have a shitty web camera. So all of that comes together. Like, I'm not going to say I'm ugly. I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think I'm exceptionally handsome. I don't think me doing face cam would add value to the show. And that's what it comes down to. It can be useful for some things, but like, I think face cam is best when the reaction is part of it. So horror games, face cam is very important because you get to see the streamer's shock. And it also gives you something to focus on if the game has a lot of movement. You can focus on the streamer instead of the camera, and maybe that would make you a little less sick. However, my style has always been that I want to do the game first. My commentary is sort of secondary. So I don't like my face taking up important interface bits or something like that. So I don't like using face cam. I'm not against it. If the right game comes along, you know, I could whip out my shitty old face cam and use it. We had one of the former patrons had requested for my streams a react video of me watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and that's cool. You know, that worked out pretty well, but it's such a specific thing that I don't think it would be useful for, you know, my main show. So I'm not fully against it, but probably it'll never happen. And I just saw a question from... I'm going to take questions from the stream first because I don't have them written down. So, off topic, but does Voice's site work for a phone or do I need a computer? If you mean just browsing it, it might be okay on your phone. For uploading your files, you definitely need a computer. And, I mean, it's a professional site. You'll need to probably post a resume and... You know, you need a portfolio of work and all of that. So, but can it be used on a phone? Probably. Most sites are mobile, have mobile versions nowadays. They may not be mobile optimized, but most websites now can be at least looked at by phone. So, I don't know. It's a good question, though. I think Ash has gotten less stupid as the years go on. That could be true. I didn't watch it beyond... what was the last one I watched? Brock and Misty were still there. And the original voice actors were still there. So it's been a hot minute. The original art style was still there. It would have been the Johto League at the most. Okay, so that sounds familiar then. I think okay, Gen 3 was where they added Trico, and he was with that new female... May, right. Okay, I do remember seeing at least the first couple episodes of Gen 3, and I do remember I specifically watched when Brock rejoined the cast for a while. And that's it. I did not watch much of that season, but I did watch every episode up to that season. I wonder if I could stomach that series now. I should try to binge watch it on Netflix. Because it'll probably give me nostalgia, but it'll also make me hate Ash and Pokemon, so I don't know. I'll have to give it a go. I know he won the league at some point recently. That became hot news. Oh, and there's a game theory. No one spoil this in case you watch Game Theory. There's a game theory you'll want to watch, the Akamura. MatPat calculated what Pikachu's level is. And it makes for a very interesting video. 2-part video. We should watch it once we're done with the stream. It's very cool. I stopped watching when they made broccoli and ice cream Pokemon. There's a broccoli Pokemon? I like the ice cream Pokemon. I also like Trubbish. Trubbish? Yeah, the trash bag. I love him. Yeah. I don't like Garbodor. He's ugly, but I like Trubbish. And Jingle Keys, yes. I love Jingle Keys. I know they were running out of ideas, but I still find them cute. They were, the Alchemira says they were running out of ideas in the original 150. One of them is literally a ghost fart. Yeah, I guess he is a ghost fart. Yeah, never made that connection for some reason. Brock and James were the same actor? I didn't know that. Man, that dude's got range. And then I did recently hear the woman who did Jessie's voice died, but I didn't verify that, so it could just be some idiot. Because the internet loves saying random celebrities are dead. But if it's true, I'm very sad. Because Jessie and James were there from start to finish, right? Or are there start to finish? So that's going to suck hearing a new voice actor for Jessie. Or it would, except I haven't watched the series in 15 years, so who cares? No, that's the tweet I saw is that her English voice actor died. But again, it's a tweet, and I didn't do any verification, so it could be bullshit. But I don't know. Because apparently she's Spanish. Or she's got Hispanic, she's got a Hispanic name, I think. I don't know. Someone more interested than me can go look it up. I don't care enough. That is called jumping the shark, yeah. In Latin America. Oh, so as in her voice actor in South America and such. Okay. Okay. I did not understand the context of that. Okay. That's still sad. I wonder, do they even have any of the original cast then? Because I know Ash was replaced. They, like, changed companies and then, like, every voice actor had to be replaced because of union nonsense or whatever. Which sucked. But yeah, I don't know. I know Ash does not sound like himself. I mean, obviously it's a different voice actor, but, like, it's such a weird dichotomy, I can't get past it. Anyway. Next AMA, once I buttons. No, I don't need a Spirit Stone. God, I've got so much crap. Let's see. What was your favorite GTA? That comes from the Green Thing. I don't think he's been attending my streams, but it's fine. What was my favorite GTA? GTA 5. GTA 4 was fine. Like, that's the one he cited. In the question, he said, what is your favorite GTA? Mine was 4. My personal favorite was 5, just because of the activities to do and the person switching, and I kind of enjoy GTA Online. Yes, the Akamura? Ash's current voice actor has been on since 2005. I believe... Wait. Right. I remember Veronica Taylor... Wait, what series was that? Was that before I stopped watching? That's it? Wow, I didn't notice a change in his voice after Indigo League. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe I did stop watching before then. I don't know. It's been a minute. There was a point where I outgrew Pokemon pretty quickly because the games got repetitive. So I had trouble with... I don't know. Who cares? There's no broccoli Pokemon? Okay. I was gonna say, I didn't think that sounded familiar. It sounds adorable, though. All you'd have to do is you get a broccoli, you put 2 little stick legs on him and give him a pair of googly eyes, and then bam, new Pokemon. Although I still want to play Digimon. That has been oft requested for the channel, and I have never played a Digimon game. So, and I have a favorite, and I always forget his name, but he is my favorite, and we'll get him, and everyone can tell me how I'm playing Digimon wrong. Because, man, it's taken me this long to have a handle on Monster Rancher 4. Like, I don't know how long it'll take me to deal with Digimon. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know when or if that's going to happen. It'll probably go over pretty huge on the channel, too. Mark knows who my favorite Digimon is. I just always forget his name. It's like Garumon, I think. It's the cactus with boxing gloves. He is my favorite. But I also don't know much about them, so there may be others that I will love way better. Just the cactus with boxing gloves just has such a unique appearance. I love him. Digimon is Ledge's department. Really? Ledge knows Digimon? I didn't know that. Broccoli Pokemon sounds like your mochi disgust for me. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Like, I know my mom had an obsession with Pikachu back then, and I have never cared for Pikachu. Like, he's fine. I don't despise Pikachu like I despise mochis. But, like, Pikachu's just kind of there. He's whatever. I like the birds, and I like the EV evolutions. The evolutions. Alright, next, delay comes from... Oh, Chibi Girl asked me an AMA. I guess this works. Out of your most disliked monsters, how do they rank from heck no to only if I have to? I don't like Suezos because of the eyeball thing, but I would be willing to raise a Suezo. Like, I think someone even jokingly was like, do an all Suezo run, Pyro would hate it. I wouldn't like it because eyeballs are gross, but Suezos are good. I mean, they're pretty... You know, they have their purpose, and raised right, they have some seriously strong intelligence attacks. From the Suezos I've raised, they aren't very good at speed, so they're not just like a Pixie equivalent. They would hit as hard as, if not harder than a Pixie, but they also need a little bit more defense and a lot more life to survive in upper tier tournaments. I don't remember how they are for accuracy, but like that'd be, you know, I'm willing to raise a Suezo. I just don't like it. Mochis can fuck off and die. I'm never going to raise a Mochi. If a Mochi appears, I'm going to kick him, and I hate Mochis. We're going to set them on fire and then nuke the ashes and then send the ashes to space directly into the sun and then cause a black hole on the sun for the Mochi ashes, and that might not be enough. I fucking hate Mochis. So, I hate mochis. But that's about it. Like, okay, I don't like apes either. But even apes have their place. Like, that's the thing. Other than mochis and Suezos, I guess actually, other than mochis, every breed in the game has a place. It has a use. Even if it doesn't work for what I want. Like, I don't even like Bakus, but that's because they're tanks, and I don't like tanks in Monster Rancher. I don't like golems either for the same reason. But that doesn't mean I would dislike raising one. That's not my preference is always hit, never be hit. Tigers are among my favorites because they exude always hit, never be hit. And same with Pixies. Anyway, what? Nagas. Well, yeah, that's the thing with Nagas. They're hit a lot. Because a Naga, like, Nagas are cool looking. They're my favorite. But they don't play with my play style because it's hard to raise their speed. Nagas rely on a little bit more defense and health. But Nagas are especially... Like, Nagas are not always hit, never be hit. Nagas are hit so fucking hard that it doesn't matter about your defense. Nagas are nuclear weapons. Because if you get their power and accuracy up really high and you attack early, the rest of your stats don't matter. Like, that's the way they function. In fact, in Monster Rancher 2, the reason I fell in love with him is I raised a Naga, and I wound up min-maxing his power and accuracy, and everything else went to hell. The other 4 stats went to hell. He's entering the A class with, like, 95 hit points, and it didn't matter because if I landed my opening attack, my opponent was dead. And that's just lovely. Aren't plants life tanks as well? Plants are life tanks specifically. Like, they don't... Woo! Plants don't have a lot of defense. They live and die by having a shitload of hit points. Which is fine, except they also don't hit very hard. I mean, you can have all the life points in the world, but if all you're doing is chip damage, then it's not going to matter. Like, if you put, say, a plant versus a golem, like the golem, you would have to survive by dodging every single attack from that golem. Because if he lands even a single move, he will win by percentage, even if he can't knock you out. Plants are really good as a sub-breed, because plants also have a very high lifespan. So if you get a decent plant and then turn it in, you get like a tiger plant or a pixie plant. I don't even know if a pixie plant exists. I don't think it does. But like, tiger plants are very good because they have high accuracy, high accuracy, mediocre dodge rate, pretty good power, and they live a long time, so you can get all those numbers up. You just have to raise a plant first. And therein lies the issue, because they are a bitch to raise. Anyway, that is the reason why in the previous runs I've done of Monster Rancher, I've tried to change it up with different monsters every time. So, I mean, I know that takes away some of the fun of Monster Rancher when I'm not combining monsters, but it is fun in a different way because I get to see all these different breeds and use different battle techniques and so on that I wouldn't normally have otherwise. Okay, next question comes to us from Horrid Cascade 49 Gaming. What were your thoughts on The Sims 4 when you first played it? 2 new packs came out and possibly another one on the way. Not very sure, but my guess with the surprise coming out. I don't know what that second part means. Probably something that was relevant at the time, but not anymore. The Sims 4. I liked The Sims 4. When it came out, a lot of people hated it because they're like, there's nothing to do, and it's shit, and you don't get to explore the open world. My view of it was it ran better because you couldn't explore the open world. So, like, I understood why people preferred Sims 3 because the open world was cool and being able to really customize your textures of objects was really cool. However, that shit took a lot of bandwidth, and I don't think The Sims 3 ever got a 64-bit release. So it took a shitload of RAM. Did I say bandwidth? I meant RAM. It took a shitload of RAM and a shitload of CPU, and it was just awful. Like it was such a resource hog that it was unpleasant to play. even with all the expansion packs. Like, it would really chug the computer. Sims 4 was designed from the ground up to be a 64-bit release, to be easily added to, because they were going to sell a shitload of DLC, which was unfortunate, but whatever. But, like, Sims 4 was designed to manage all of that resource power, which is why it was very stripped down when it came out, because they knew they were going to add to it eventually. So, although I didn't like the business practice, I didn't think Sims 4 was bad because I knew they would be adding to it as time went on. And now the Sims 4 is just as thick, if not thicker, than Sims 3 was, other than the textures. It just costs you like $800 to get the full thing if you bought everything at full price. So, I like Sims 4. I haven't played it in a while. I just kind of got over Sims. Like, I like Sims, but it just... Remember, The Sims was my first professional project. It was the first project I did that put me on the map for writing. Get rid of Heartlore. Hardbreaker. Hold on, there's a lot going on right now. Give me just a hot minute to suss through all this. Oh, Hardbreaker is the super slap. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, we're good. Anyway. What was I saying? Sims. So, yeah, I've been playing The Sims. Like, I had The Sims, the original The Sims, on day one of its release. There are people watching this right now who were born after The Sims 1 came out. That's how long I've been playing The Sims. I bought The Sims 1 on release day, which I think was February 2nd of 2001. Oh, God, I'm old. No, I think it was in 2000, wasn't it? Because I was still in electronics class, because I had to loaned my discs to a friend. So it was before then, because I was not in electronics class in my senior year. Akamura, could you look up for me when The Sims 1 was released? I want to say February 2nd of either 1999 or 2000, I would bet. Yep, The Sims 1, the original The Sims. It's been a minute. Anyway, so the point is, after playing The Sims for fucking 20 years, I'm kind of done. February 4th, 2000. I was close. Okay, wow. Wow, so yeah, I must have... Huh, because that would have been during my junior year then. Yeah. Yeah, I was really excited. I bought it day one. Or my mom bought it for me day one, whatever. So there you go. The Sims as a franchise has been going for now over 20 years. So, I'm tired. I don't want to play it anymore. It is old enough to get pissed drunk at a frat party. You are correct. Yes. Do you want to get pissed drunk at a frat party? Yeah, you know, that's the other thing. I don't like, or I'm so bored by The Sims at this point. I have the university expansion, and I've never played it. I've never made a college student to go through that whole situation. I don't know why. Actually, no, I do know why. Because my fun with The Sims has been building up my own family now. So I don't just start from scratch with a family that actually ages and dies. So there's no reason for me to send a person to college now. I really should play The Sims again. And make a family from scratch and have aging on. Huh. God, so many projects I'm doing. Jeez. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, Sims. Next. From someone whose name I can't mention anymore. What is the accomplishment in gaming that I'm most proud of? That's a good question. What is my most proud gaming accomplishment? Well, I don't count Final Fantasy VI. Like, yes, I'm proud of my book, but that wasn't really the gaming accomplishment, even though 6 led to it. I don't know. What an interesting question. It's a weird and good question. Because I'm not achievements guy. So because I'm not achievements guy, accomplishments don't really mean that much to me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? My proudest. Because I can list off some of the stuff I am proud of. Like, I'm proud I managed to solo Rail World and Factorio. But I wouldn't necessarily call that an accomplishment. That was just fucking persistence. Because I don't do speed runs. I would probably say, just from a historical perspective, my favorite gaming accomplishment that I'm proud of is beating Super Mario World the first time. And I know that sounds like nothing, and nowadays it would be nothing. But that was the first time I ever beat a video game without using cheat codes. And as a tiny child, that sort of showed me that I don't suck and I don't need to cheat in order to win. I just have to get good. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Although beating Final Fantasy VI under level 40 was pretty funny. But that one, I just know that game so well. Mitch asks, what's my favorite Sims to play? I like them all. They're all products of their time, though. Like, Sims 1 was super fun. And if you played it now, it would be fucking awful. Because it would really show its age. Sims 2 was really good, because that moved to 3D and really did well. Sims 3 was very enjoyable. So, the texture thing. I want to explain that for someone who hasn't played Sims. And that leads to your question, Mitch. In Sims 3, objects did not have default textures. What they had, or I should say they had default textures, they did not have pre-programmed textures. They didn't have hard-coded textures. So when you had an object in The Sims 3, every piece of it could be textured whatever you wanted. So, as an example that leads to it, I got a toilet, and the toilet, every toilet in the game has basically 2 texture points. The seat and the body of the toilet. And I bring this up because Pyro, as in my Sim Pyro, decided to go ridiculously ostentatious. And so I bought the toilet and made the body of the toilet jade and the seat golden. So I had a golden-seated jade toilet. If Pyro is going to take some poops, they are going into a receptacle that is worth more than most people make in their lifetimes. So you could have a lot of fun with that. And that was every object in the game. That was clothing. That was cars. That was your window frames. That was carpets. You could walk on gold. Like everything. And all of those textures theoretically could be modded as well and put into the game. The problem is that meant every object, not even every class of object, every object had its own texture that it needed to call. So if you had a house that called for literally 300 to 400 textures, which is very easy to do, the game would have to load all of that, and it would just destroy your RAM. So The Sims 3 was best for creation, and then The Sims 4 has all of the best gameplay elements of the Sims series, but without quite so heavy a texture need. So it's a bit less resource heavy, and Sims 4 even has what's called laptop mode, where it basically kills all of your graphics and like everything looks like shit, but it works on a crap computer. So for playability, Sims 4 is probably the best. For creativity, Sims 3 is the best. I even tried to play Sims 3 recently, and it still destroyed my last computer. And my last computer was made with not so weak parts. So it just, it was not optimized perfectly, and it did not have a 64-bit release. And that really hurt it. So, but yeah, one of these days I'm sure I'll play The Sims again. I might even play Sims again now because we are out of time for the stream. My wife is super into Sims. She's excited about that too. Yeah. I mean, the creation tools of Sims 3 were fucking rad. Like, they were awesome. So, yeah, I like Sims 3. Anyway, I am done for now. There's a new farming DLC with cows and chickens. What? For Sims 4? God damn it. I think I have to say I think Sims 4 is one of the worst for actual gameplay. However, I agree. I'm curious about that, Mark. Why do you say that? Like, I'm very curious what the rationale is for that. Although I guess we should take that to Discord because I want to wrap up the stream. So I'm not just sitting on this screen. So that's it for Monster Rancher 4. Next week, I'm going to try to do Sam and Max if the Akamura is up for it. We've also got Sonic Forces this month that I've had Sonic Forces on the list since fucking probably November, and it keeps getting bumped. So hopefully we do Sonic Forces at this point. You want to see a Sim stream? I mean, I could stream The Sims on Discord. That would be interesting. It's like, fuck it, right? And that's pure pyro. That's pure distilled pyro, where it's pyro at the 5-minute mark. We're not doing an after party. Pyro at the 2-hour mark. Let's stream The Sims for 6 hours after this. It happens. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Go to Discord. I stream there. There's the stream schedule. You can chat with me. There's all sorts of things. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you again next week for another stream. And tomorrow at noon is more Fire Emblem. The channel is back. Daily content. Thumbs ups. Donates. Notification bells. Subscribe buttons. All that fucking bullshit. Bye, everybody.